What if the probiotic you're thinking about buying is marketed as the last probiotic you'll ever need? But the real story behind that claim is more complicated. Today we're looking closely at Florastor Probiotics, a product that has been around for decades and is often promoted as the #1 selling probiotic worldwide, backed by more than 130 clinical trials and over 70 years of research. At first glance, those numbers sound incredibly impressive and naturally make people assume this is the ultimate solution for gut health. But once you start digging deeper into the details, the picture becomes less straightforward. One of the first things worth noticing is that the phrase, "the last probiotic you'll ever need," is actually a trademarked marketing slogan rather than a scientific conclusion based on research results. That doesn't automatically mean the product is ineffective, but it does mean the statement is more about branding than proven superiority. Another important point is that, like many dietary supplements, the health claims connected to Florastor come with the standard disclaimer that they have not been evaluated by the FDA, which is something consumers should always keep in mind when assessing supplements. The company also highlights more than 130 clinical trials, which sounds very strong, but when researchers and reviewers look closer, many of those studies primarily focus on specific situations such as helping prevent diarrhea, particularly when someone is taking antibiotics. That's one of the reasons some doctors may suggest Florastor in those circumstances. But it doesn't necessarily mean it was designed to be a daily solution for boosting immunity or optimizing overall gut health. There's also the claim that it's the #1 selling probiotic worldwide, which is interesting because the statement is supported by a small footnote that simply says "reference on file," meaning the public data behind that ranking isn't fully presented. Then there's the cost factor as well. Because Florastor typically runs around $40 per month, which places it on the higher end compared to many other probiotics on the market. When you combine the marketing, the research focus, and the pricing, it becomes clear that Florastor is a product with a long history and specific uses. But the bold promises surrounding it may not always mean what people assume at first glance. So understanding the context behind those claims is essential before deciding whether it's the right probiotic option for you.